tried to get through the first book while I was reading the scripts as well, which led to some confusion on set. I would be talking about a scene, and then I'd get looks of confusion around me, and then I realize I'm talking about a chapter from the book.
How are you keeping, first of all? You
Oh,
good?
very good, very jet lagged, but super, super good.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
getting there, getting better at it.
come here. This show is so amazing. I mean, I've been binging it, and it's like I don't know, I feel like I could be a scientist myself after watching it, trying to place everything and whatever. But anyway, let's talk about the audition process. How do you get into something like this? Do you have to go through a major rigmarole? 'Cause this is a big release for Netflix this year. Is it like a big? Do they make you jump through hoops, or do they just like from the start go, no, you're in?
Yeah, I remember some hoops. Some of them were burning. Some of them were no, they were. It was pretty traditional. I live in New Zealand, so I self-taped first off. And when you audition in New Zealand for an international project, especially one of this scale, you don't expect anything back. You're just like, great, cool. And then I got a call back, and I was like, oh,
Nice.
great to make it this far. You know, grateful for the experience. And
Yeah.
then Dan, David, and Alex wanted to talk to me on Zoom, and I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, cool, grateful for the experience every step of the way. I was just happy to be there, and just, you can never assume, especially in this industry, you can never expect that you're going to get anything. You just do the thing that you need to do today, focus on what's in front of you. But yeah, they took a chance on me and brought me over to London. So very, very lucky.
And you're amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I can relate Jess' process of auditioning for the roles. It's same process for me, except I didn't know that I was gonna bump into Dan, David, and Alex in the audition calls. So
Oh, they were there for that.
I didn't know. They just
Wow.
jumped in because I was expecting director Derek Zhang only.
Yeah.
Then 12 people were in the Zoom
Oh,
call. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna turn it off, and I don't want to see any of it. I just do my thing.
Was it very collaborative though? Because if they're in there from the start, these important people in the production, do they then like do they listen to you? Do you get to have any comments on your character or how you would like to play the role, if you know what I mean? Or is it all on the page and they say this is what it is?
All the time. I remember writing this long letter to Dan, David, and Alex and discussing about my character, about the decision process. How do I make that decision happen? And originally they thought there shouldn't be hesitation, but I feel like there is a strong hesitation in there because there's a sense of hope to myself when I portraying the character myself. I thought, well, let's just talk about it. I might get a chance to be involved in the conversation. And Alex Wu immediately said, okay, let's set up a meeting. So they were on spot all the time. And I appreciate it so much.
Wow. And for you, Jess, I mean, a big part of Jin's story is this virtual reality game going on. I was wondering in real life, because I always get dizzy when I put on and it's sort of VR headset on, just like in a normal. So I can't imagine what this within this show is like. But hey, what was it? Are you a gamer in real life? And what was it like being in that world, as in pretending to be in that world, I suppose? Was it
yeah,
challenging?
super cool. It was challenging in a way, but we had a lot of support on those filming the game sequences because the set department, the costume department, you know, the lighting team, they're all working together to give you as many tangible references as possible. So the set department filled the entire studio with sand and built your hill to climb. And then the next day the sand is gone. They've built half a castle and you can climb to the top of it on the third level and look over things, and then you fill the rest in with your imagination. But yeah, they definitely do as much as possible to get you halfway so that you can then do the rest. As for me, I'm not a gamer, but I have played. Do you know there's that new VR place called Otherworld or something? It like just opened up a couple years ago.
Oh,
It's cool. You enter a pod and it like shakes and it blows water like air at you. So I can imagine it would be pretty addictive if you
yeah.
actual other world.
Exactly. Of course, there's so much to this. So I was wondering, did either of you look at the books at all, or had you even read them in the past? Do you know what I mean? Because I imagine when you get a script like this, you're trying to get your head around that. Do you have time to go and look at all the books of the original source material?
You make time.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
make time. I had a few weeks before I moved to London to start shooting. I hadn't heard of the books before, so I immediately tried to get through the first book while I was reading the scripts as well, which led to some confusion on set. I would be talking about a scene, and then I'd get looks of confusion around me, and then I realize I'm talking about a chapter from the book.
Yeah, she really digged into it. Because
Wow.
I remember having conversation with Jess about the books, and we literally fighting over the scenes.
But
We both dug in. We both dug
Yeah.
in.
We
well,
were so
listen,
serious about the source materials. That was insane.
yeah.